I didn't know about any of this until I saw this story, but Timbaland, producer, did a lot of shit with Jay-Z, and then he did his own stuff with Justin Timberlake and that chick. Don't remember her name, Nelly Furtado or something.
Yep.
Anyway, Timbaland, famous producer, started a website company that is very similar to BeatStars, allows producers to sell their instrumentals to artists. It's a cool marketplace for artists looking for instrumentals and for those producers who have them to sell. Timbaland has a company called Beat Club, and J. Cole is one of the first big names to be a producer, because those of you who don't know, J. Cole does produce a lot of his own music, if not almost all of it now. And he's a renowned producer. So J. Cole is going to be on this platform and have some, I don't know anything about the platform in terms of, I don't know if you have to be invited. I don't know if you sign up and you have to be accepted. I don't know if it's free for all. Anyone can come sign up. My guess is if famous producers are going to be on here and you're going to be buying exclusive rights, my guess is there's going to be some sort of screening process, because if they want the 50% of the money, they're going to give it. They want the artist to be good. Beat Club, J. Cole is now a partner of it in some way. Timbaland is like the spokesperson and head guy at Beat Club. And it's pretty interesting. And we were talking about it on Instagram, and a lot of people were just saying, hey, what's the difference between that and BeatStars? And I think on the surface, it's nothing other than the macro of a marketplace for people who have instrumentals, selling them to artists who are looking for them. I think that's exactly what it is. I think the difference is the level of clientele and obviously how much money it's going to cost to get the product.
My assumption is there's going to be approvals on both sides, buying and selling. I don't know if it's going to be you have to have a placement, a top placement, a hit, what. I expect people like Seth in the Kitchen, who's upcoming with kind of following the baby, to be included. I don't know who or why or what their marketing plan is yet. I know the area has been getting filled up. The area, I'd say this is the first high quality. It's almost like car dealerships. If you just want a car to get from point A to point B, you just need a beat to rap over. You can go on BeatStars. You can go on another app called Melody, which is pretty much like Tinder for beats. I don't know if you've seen that one. You swipe left and right on beats. You can do those. If you just want a car, go buy a Chevy, go buy a Ford. You'll be fine. It'll get you point A to point B. Do you want people to look at your music differently? Maybe get in front of different people that only DJ Mustard's going to get you in front of? Go use this website. Now, the interesting thing legal-wise on it is, are they going to have flat leases like BeatStars does? BeatStars just hands out leases to people, and neither side knows what's on them, really. Most producers on BeatStars have no clue what they're asking for or getting. And I see an issue with that, but I don't think this clientele has that issue. So I'm also going to guess if they let you on that platform, it's probably not going to be 50-50. I wouldn't be surprised if you have to pay a lot of money and you're going to get maybe 20% of what's in that, because you gotta remember, most producers are signed. And if they're signed, the labels are letting these songs go out with an expectation that they're going to make a certain amount of money off of it, the beats off of it. The approval for buying exclusive is probably different, or even buying period, because the last thing they want you to do is get a beat and then Drake want it. So I'm guessing, I mean, obviously that's an extreme. There's no way they wouldn't go to Drake first and be like, do you want this before we sell it? But there are a lot of levels to it in terms of Mantra. Mantra is a big producer and he's on BeatStars. He's kind of everywhere. There's a lot of his beats out with different artists on them. Some of them have done better than others. And I know of a few artists, some have millions of streams, some don't. You can't let that happen with a beat that's going to be used by Jack Harlow or Schoolboy Q. Like, it doesn't even have to be a big name. It just has to be large enough that people heard it. You don't want that same beat getting streams from some guy on the corner playing his music in front of a store in just down the road from me in Atlanta. Because now you're questioning, oh, did he steal that beat? Was it his beat? Did they steal it? You don't want any questions around it. So I'm guessing, if I had to I haven't looked at this at all. If I had to guess, I'd guess every sale is going to be exclusive. It's going to have a very, very high price point, and the splits are not going to be even. Mm-hmm. You're buying it with the knowledge that you may even have to get it approved before it's released. You may buy it without any guarantee that you can ever release it until you meet their standards of release.
I'm thinking these are going to be like 50 grand, 100 grand. Like, it's not going to be $2,500 to get J. Cole to produce your song. Even if these big producers are just saying, hey, I got these beats I made 5 years ago, I'm never doing anything with them, fuck it, I'll put them over here. They still have like an image that they want to uphold. To certain producers, it's not going to be worth the 3 or 5 grand to get a bunch of songs with artists that aren't very good.
That's why I expect they'll sell it, but they're going to have final say if that comes out or not. You're not releasing that song, and you're probably not getting the stems, depending on who you are, because they made it a specific way. They're not letting you go in and take out their name.
That's true.
Like, these are big names. DJ Mustard doesn't want some kid buying this, going to his friend's house, using a board like I have here, and just changing the song.
Right.
Like, they have an integrity level they have to stand up to. That's why it's going to be interesting. Anyone may be able to sign up. The knowledge will be, hey, you can take their money, but you have final approval if it ever comes out, and you don't have to refund them. And it would be legal for them to do this. Like, if you agree to it, they can do it.
Right.
Obviously, there's probably a checkbox if they're going to do that. But some producers, Scott Storch, you think he's just going to let you buy a beat? Right. Literally, you buy a beat, go rap on it, and just release it without him hearing it?
Right.
There's just
tagging him and all this shit. Yeah.
And Scott Storch doesn't have the cleanest image in the industry. He's been sued before for a civil suit for stealing money from people who invested in him. I don't think he cares about his image. If he gets 10K from you and goes, yeah, no, you're not releasing this, I'm keeping my money. Yeah, it sounds shady, but there's certain people who won't care. They care more about their image in the US and the world and their brand than your 10K that you just gave them.